Welcome to OSBT Standard Operating Procedures 03500 Fit for Duty Employee Education. Fit for Duty. Purpose. This policy covers only those situations in which an employee is having observable difficulty performing his or her work duties in a manner that is safe for the employee and/or for his or her coworkers, or is posing a serious safety threat to self or others. This policy prescribes the circumstances under which an employee may be referred for a fitness for duty observation. The purposes of this fitness for duty policy are 1. To help assure the safety and health of individuals or others with whom they have contact. 2. To establish procedures by which OSBT can evaluate an employee's ability to safely and competently perform his or her duties when a health or safety problem arises. 3. To comply with the Federal Drug-Free Workplace Act. The Health, Safety, and Security and Environmental HSSE responsibilities are providing information from the supervisor regarding employee behaviors or performance and from the employee regarding previous medical treatment information, identifying who will conduct the fitness for duty observation, and documenting employee fit for duty observation report, receiving the results of the fitness for duty observation, communicating the results to the employee if not done so by the evaluator, maintaining confidentiality except as detailed in the section 4.1 below, discussing recommendations and subsequent accommodations with the supervisor, and communicating with the employee as to their rights, responsibilities, and employment status. Managers and supervisors. Managers and supervisors' responsibilities are observing the attendance, performance, and behavior of the employees by his or her supervision, notifying HSSE Department or HR when an employee is exhibiting behavior that suggests he or she may not be fit for duty, following this policy's procedures for completing an employee fit for duty observation report form when presented with circumstances or knowledge that indicate an employee may not be fit for duty. Removing and escorting an employee deemed not fit for duty from the worksite unless he or she poses an immediate safety threat, in which case the supervisor should call 911. Arranging transportation for the employee from the worksite if necessary. Maintaining the confidentiality of an employee's medical information, and implementing any reasonable accommodation deemed necessary. Employees and partners' responsibilities are performing his or her job responsibilities in a safe and effective manner, with or without reasonable accommodations during the entire time at work, notifying the supervisor when not fit for duty, notifying the supervisor when a coworker is observed acting in a manner that indicates the coworker may not be fit for duty, complying with this policy and any authorized request to submit an observation. General requirements. Number 1. Employees are responsible for managing their health in such a way that can safely perform their essential job functions with or without reasonable accommodation. Number 2. Employees who have the responsibility for on-call shifts must remain in a fit condition for the entire on-call period. Number 3, supervisors may refer employees for a fit for duty observation if they follow the adopted procedures. Number 4, the determination by a supervisor to refer an employee for a fit for duty observation must involve consultation with a human resource representative unless the nature of the situation dictates immediate attention. Number 5, an impartial, independent healthcare evaluator with appropriate expertise, which will include one of or more of the following: medical, psychological, alcohol, or other drug conditions, will conduct a fitness for duty observation. Number 6, OSBT will make the final determination of an employee's fit for duty status. Number 7, an employee referred for a fit for duty observation will be relieved of duties pending completion of the evaluation. Number 8, when an employee is found to be unfit for duty, his or her employment status will be determined on a case-by-case basis in accordance with OSBT policy and practice. Number 9, an employee's pay status while fitness for duty is being determined will be dependent on his or her employment status and the facts of the case. Number 10, in all cases, OSBT must receive a return to work fitness for duty form from the independent evaluator before an employee may return to work. Number 11, in most cases, a re-entry conference with the supervisor and a human resource representative, if appropriate, will occur prior to the employee's return to work. Number 12, confidentiality or privacy. Records of fitness for duty evaluations will be treated as confidential medical records and be kept separate from existing department and personnel files. This information can be shared only on a strict need-to-know basis. After an evaluation, information available to the employee's work unit will be limited to whether a person is fit to resume his or her job duties, whether a person is a direct threat to self or others, or whether a person needs specific reasonable accommodations. An employee is expected to perform essential job functions in a safe and effective manner, and to discuss with his or her supervisor any circumstances that may impact his or her ability to do so. OSBT may require professional evaluation of an employee's physical, emotional, or mental capacities to determine his or her ability to perform essential job functions. Such evaluations are conducted by an independent licensed healthcare professional and are undertaken only after review by the coordinating team. Return to work. In conjunction with the employee supervisor, the HSSE Department and HR shall discuss whether any reasonable and necessary accommodations need to be made. Continued employment shall be contingent upon compliance with recommendations provided by the evaluator, such as periodic testing, participation in professional counseling, and treatment programs. During this time, OSBT leave policies and health plan benefits shall apply. Results of the evaluation. The result of Fit for Duty FFD evaluations performed by qualified licensed healthcare professionals shall be presumed to be valid. Results of the evaluation will be received by physician wellness as appropriate. The employee shall be notified of the results of the FFD by the evaluator physician wellness. Only necessary information shall be shared with the HSSE Department. HR will communicate whether the employee may return to work to the employee's supervisor. After an evaluation, information given to the employee supervisor shall be limited to whether the employee may return to full duty, not return to full duty, in which case the employee will be referred to Human Resources for a benefits discussion, or return to full duty with reasonable accommodation to meet the evaluator's recommendations. Required drug testing. Pre-employment. All applicants must pass a drug test before beginning work or receiving an offer of employment. Refusal to submit to testing will result in disqualification of further employment consideration. Reasonable suspicion. Employees are subject to testing based upon, but not limited to, observations by the supervision of apparent workplace use, possession, or impairment. Human Resources shall be consulted before sending an employee for testing. Post-accident. Employees are subject to testing when they cause or contribute to accidents that seriously damage an OSBT vehicle, machinery, equipment, or property, and/or result in an injury to themselves or another employee requiring off-site medical attention. Follow-up. Employees who have tested positive or otherwise violated this policy are subject to discipline up to and including discharge. Upon request. If a work order requires a special request for the site, OSBT will work around the request to provide additional requirements. Please take this opportunity to review the Employee Fitness for Duty Observation Report. This concludes Fitness for Duty training. Please copy and paste the test link into your browser and begin the quiz.